We give reverence to them, reverence and honor to our great matriarch, Nae Pujitau Animaso II, who is the International Director of Nazi Afa, and our great teacher, as well as my own spiritual mother, Mianu Ananasi. I'm so grateful for her guidance and her spiritual protection and all that she does to help me on my spiritual journey. And I, of course, give reverence to my own ancestors and the energies that walk with me in this life that help me to complete my mission. I am very grateful for this opportunity and to be here with you all, and it's good to see you again. So we'll start with breath work and then move into ancestral veneration and then go into the teachings from Miano. All right, so yes, let's begin with Tiffany or Tasha, you telling me what you remember about the nervous system. What is it and what are the two major parts of it?
Nervous system, it's comprised of the sympathetic and parasympathetic. And the sympathetic is responsible for your response when need to take action, when your adrenaline's pumping, things like that. And then the parasympathetic is responsible for calming your body back down.
Right, exactly. And what is the function of the nervous system? Tasha, do you have that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. That broke up.
I had asked what the purpose or the function of the nervous system is.
I'm sorry, you say what?
The function or the purpose of the nervous system?
The purpose of the nervous system?
Mm-hmm.
To send signals throughout the body to function in a better way. That's short. Can you hear me? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. I see your mouth moving. I don't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you either, Bobby.
Oh, now I can't hear you.
Okay,
we can hear you now.
No, hold on. All right, there we are. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay. Okay, so I heard you say, Tasha, that the function of the nervous system is sending sensations through the body. So that is, what the physical function is it's the connection between our non-physical and our physical body. And then it's broken down in those two parts, like Tiffany had said, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And so you both have been here before, and I believe you both got the homework. How has that gone? Were you guys able to do that?
I'm sorry, you said were we going to do what?
If you were able to do the homework assignment.
Okay, the last
portion.
Let me make sure I'm still following the last.
Can you move closer to the mic? It's really hard to hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Like barely.
It may actually be. Let me see. Can you hear me?
A little bit better. I have my volume all the way up too.
Can you hear me?
Barely. Like it sounds like a whisper.
I wonder why. Got everything turned up. It's still low.
Yeah.
Not sure why.
Type in the chat if you were able to do the
Is it still
homework.
low?
It's still just really hard. Like you sound very faint, very quiet. So maybe going out of the workshop and then popping back in. Tiffany, what about you? How's this week been? Was it better than last week?
Yeah, in ways it was better than last week. I made made time um to do the homework assignment. So setting time out where I'm writing and journaling and uh showing gratitude and things that I'm proud of in the mirror, which
Mhm.
I think I like really looked at myself more in the mirror this week than I have this whole past year. So that was
Wow.
kind of interesting. So I try to like uh avoid looking in the mirror if I have to. So that was an experience.
Mm.
And then setting time out. It was challenging last week. If you can hear the little one in the background between the little one and everything and the dog was sick and all type of stuff. It's easy to find. It's really easy to try to justify why it can't be done,
Mhm.
but like setting that intention, being like, no, like this is a priority. This is what I'm going to have to do. Especially because if I sit here and say, I'm sorry, he's having fun. Um, if I sit here and say like, oh, I can't do it because like work, I have to work too much overtime. If Spirit wanted to, Spirit can really pull that work back, to get my attention. So
Mhm.
I'm like, let me go ahead and be obedient now before I find myself in a deeper situation.
Yeah.
So it hasn't always been perfect. Some days I do hit 2 hours. Some days it's looking like 45, 30, 45 minutes. But at least like the um, the intention is there. So now it's just building up the consistency. So now, the 2 hours, that's like that can be, bona fide, non-negotiable my time.
That's good. That's definitely progress from last week. So congratulations on that. Um, and I'm really proud of you for doing the mirror work. I know that it can be challenged. I remembered I had a season in my life where I was having a hard time looking in the mirror, which was one of the times where I realized I really wasn't doing well because I am an Aries sun. I like to look at myself in the mirror. So that was saying something to me. So I'm proud of you for pushing through. How did you process those emotions that you felt while you were in the mirror? And like, did you feel the power through going through your accomplishments?
I really did. And I understood why it was so important to start your day and end your day with that.
Mhm.
So it got to where I would like leave the house to maybe drop my kids off and I'm like, oh, I didn't get to, you know, talk to myself in the mirror. So I'm driving and I'm like looking in the rearview mirror, like, you know what, you did good yesterday, girl. You
Mm.
you did good. So now it's I'm at first it was really awkward, but now I'm starting to enjoy it.
Good. Good.
Yeah. And shout out to Abla last week for not letting me um letting me off the hook. I think that's important when we're trying to grow. That you have people that are willing to tell you when you could be doing better,
Yeah.
and when you should be. So thank you.
Yeah. That's important. That's important. And it's really also a testament to you to be able to handle that and come back and make those improvements. So all around the community is strong. And this is really, really great to see and to hear. Were you able to also do the reflecting portion and noticing times when you were triggered and how you were managing that?
Yes, I wasn't as consistent with that.
Mhm.
Sometimes I lay down at night and I'm like, oh man, I didn't get to write in my journal, and it's way in the living room, and I don't want to set the house awake. But I would at least, those moments where I forgot to write it down in the journal, I'm at least going over it in my head, so it's not going unacknowledged.
Okay, good, good. That is really encouraging to hear. Good job, Tiffany. All right, Tasha, welcome back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I feel like that old cellular commercial. Can
I
you
don't
hear me
mind.
now? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good. You're good. Were you able to do that, the homework?
Okay. Which one? The last one I had, because I know I did miss last week.
Mhm.
And I was on the, what, 2 times per day before waking up and before bed, the 5 accomplishments and then acts of kindness.
Yes. Mhm.
So I got to the accomplishments that I would say, of course, is like the healed sexual trauma, the healed womb, me having children, and my educational success, completing that, and just, continuing on my overall health journey. And
Mhm.
the acts of kindness, I always notice, and for my children, they always bring me random little flowers and hugs, throughout the day. So
Mhm.
that it's always special to me. And just, friends calling to check in on me randomly. We all have a lot of things going on, but just to be able to take time out the day to make sure I'm okay. And so things like that. And like I said,
Yeah.
hugs, whether it's my children, my parents, my mate, things like that. And even the simple act of making sure I eat. So
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And how did you feel when you were doing the assignment? Were you in the mirror? Were you looking at yourself and saying it out loud?
yes, it takes getting used to. So, but it does a lot. It makes me feel better, being able to look at myself and just acknowledge those things, because of course I have it in my mind to acknowledge, but just really looking at myself to acknowledge it does help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely understand what you're saying. So that's good. I'm glad that you both pushed through the little bit of discomfort that came with it and were really able to connect. Um, the question I have for you is when you were talking about your like accomplishments, were you kind of just like reading them off like a checklist, or did you feel any emotions around those accomplishments when you were saying them? Or was it just like, oh, this thing I did?
No, I definitely felt emotion behind it, because there's been time, in most recent years to where I would feel it, but just within the capacity of maybe my relationship or something, it didn't feel like a big deal.
Mhm.
So reminding myself, and like I said, just speaking that to myself, it was emotional. It almost, it felt like as though it gave me some of my strength back, to say that to myself, like, recognize what you've done, and be proud of that, because it was hard work. It was a lot of hard work. So it was definitely emotion behind it.
Good, good. That's what I like to hear. And how are the breathing exercises going? Are you guys still utilizing that throughout your day at all?
It helps me a lot. Like it really does. And anytime I get it, because it's been a very stressful few weeks. So it it definitely helps. So anytime I can think about it, whether I'm walking, even if I'm just in bed, I make sure I do those breathing exercises.
And have you noticed any progress with it? Are you able to inhale for longer, exhale for longer? Like, has there been any like strengthening that's happened that you've noticed?
The inhale, because like I said, this is like kind of my first time really being consistent with the breath work and the belly, instead of breathing in through my chest and everything. So it is like more strengthening physically for me,
Mhm.
and I feel not as much pressure in my chest. So it helps in that way.
Good, good. Okay, well, your homework for me is just to continue to do that, the accomplishments, the acts of kindness, and your daily reflections, and just trying to dig deeper, maybe go into more detail or ask more questions. We're always striving to progress. So as you like get that under your belt, it becomes a routine, start to really dig in on those moments and really expand, okay? All right. Well, we are now at one of the best times of my session, which is the belly breathing and the affirmations. Y'all give me a thumbs up when you're ready to start that, okay? Or if you have any questions, I'm sorry. I'm all excited about the progress and didn't even ask if you guys had any questions.
No questions right now.
Okay, good.
All
Good.
right.
All right. So this week, the affirmation on the inhale is I am exactly where I need to be. And on the exhale, I release all unaligned expectations. All right. Let's get the timer going. Okay. So let's begin. Inhale through your nose. I am exactly where I need to be. Exhale. I release all unaligned expectations. Inhale. I am exactly where I need to be. Exhale. I release all unaligned expectations. Inhale. I am exactly where I need to be. Exhale. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. Last breath. I am exactly where I need to be. I release all unaligned expectations. Ground into this energy for the week. Know that wherever you find yourself, whatever interactions or experiences, you're meant to be there. You're meant to shine light, and you're meant to fulfill your purpose. And you're fully capable of doing it. You guys are doing the work. So ground into this energy and take it with you. You always have the power to access this. Okay. So that was good. That was good. I'm excited to for this next session. It has been so beautiful to hear people venerate their ancestors and to feel that connection and the energy that comes from that. So I'm so excited for this next session with Abla and to hear your guys' progress. Abla, I give you the floor.
Oh, Abla, you're on mute.
Okay, greetings, ladies. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, well, this portion of ancestral veneration, we're actually going to go into a part two. So we're going to dive a little deeper into the work that we have been doing, and let's get into it. I again want to first take some time, always take time in the beginning to give honor to our ancestors, give honor to those who have come before us and thank them for all that they have done in our lives. I give honor and appreciation to all of the divinities that are with me in this lifetime to help me to reach my destiny, my goal, my mission in life. I give great honor to Priestess Hanera Bunu, as we call her here, actually here in Benin. I'm in Benin um, right now, so yeah, so we call her Mianu, but she is my spiritual mother and my mentor and my guide and my teacher, and so we thank her for all the knowledge that she has acquired over the years and what she shares with us. And also we give great thanks to our great matriarch, Mino Naye Pujitao Animaso II. She is the leader of the global organization. And so we are very thankful for her leadership and her guidance and her keeping traditions over many, many years, many generations. Okay, so in part two of ancestral veneration, I first want to do a short recap because I know Tiffany and Tasha have both been here, but like on different time schedules. So before we get into the second part, can we recap? Can somebody tell me what the official definition of ancestral veneration is?
I'm dropping stuff. All right. ways to venerate. To exalt and to hold in high esteem, to respect and to revere.
Uh-huh. And who are we doing that for?
Our ancestors.
Okay. And who are we calling our ancestors?
Those in our family who have transitioned on.
Yes, yes, got it. Good. Tiffany, do you have that same definition?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Okay, Tiffany, let's recap again how we can venerate our ancestors. Give me the ways that I gave you that we can venerate.
Let's see. By saying their name out loud, by putting up pictures, telling their stories, cooking their food, and providing food offerings, continuing the work, uh, and naming children after them through wearing white, music, pouring libations, meditation. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's trying to think if there was anything missed, but I think that's all of them. Tasha, do you have any ones outside of that?
I think that was about all. See, she said pictures, stories, meditation, clear mind, libations. You can start with water and altar.
Okay.
She said.
Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So that is basically a quick recap. As we go into the second part, we want to start looking at what you've done, right? How you've progressed on some of the homework. So over the last couple of weeks or a month or two, I have given you the homework of building your family tree. And so today, I want each one of you ladies to present what you have. If you have your journal with, that you've been writing with, show it to us. If you have, anything about the family tree, let's start presenting and let's see how far you've gotten. Anyone who's ready to go first? I mean, it's only two of the ladies. And Tasha's in green, so I'm like narrowing down on you.
That's fine. Here, let me see if I can piece together.
Okay.
Okay. And I was also, the other stuff I have on my phone to print out because I've been collecting pictures to put up. So I have, let me see my journal here that I was kind of writing in and go through my pages. And I started, let's see, I'm writing out my family tree here. And I was starting to collect like everyone I knew, trying to go in on traits, characteristics. What do I know about them? How do I associate with them? My behaviors, my traits and characteristics. Just really trying to break that down. I have pretty interesting pictures, so I wish I could show those. I'm sorry. So this is like my journal, just more in my journal.
Okay, okay. So read to me what you have on your family tree. Read it out from where you started to where you ended, the names and all.
So where I started, my mother's is not as in depth. And I've been speaking with my sister about it because like I know some stuff, but not a lot. And before my grandmother passed, I tried to dig with her because she didn't know much about her parents. Her mother passed away when she was 16 years old. And one trait, their characteristics they would say about her, they just always said she was a very mean woman. And I'm okay, what I don't know about her. So of course I have my mother, Deborah, and her mother, Joyce, and my grandmother's mother, which is Mary Knox. And I got into the last names because, of course, my mother have her married name, has my father's name. and my grandmother has her father name. So then to go into her mother's last name, which I had never heard. I'm like, okay, hold on, what's her name? So then I learned her last name. So that's as far as I got on my mother's side. And then I get to my grandfather on my mother's side, which is Robert, and she didn't know much about his parents. So I'm still digging on that, trying to get through family. Like, do anybody know, his mother's name, his father's name, what are their traits? So it's a little short on my mother's side. And then my father's side, I have his father, James, which, was my favorite person in the world. All of my grandparents are passed on. And I knew my grandfather's mother. So I knew my great grandmother, Christine, her last name's Dixon. And then his father, which would be my great grandfather, never met him. And then my great great grandfather, Tom Chappell. And I have a picture of him. And we're still trying to figure out who the two women, it was a woman, a little girl and a little boy. So I'm going through the family to figure out who the other two are in the picture. So I at least have a picture of my great great grandfather and my dad's mother, Emma Howard, and then her mother, Molly. I don't know her father's name, so I'm still digging on that. So
Good, good.
The men in our family, they were very, what they would say about like my great grandfather, my great great grandfather, is how hard they were as men. So they would get to that, and it was like, very strong willed, hard men, especially because of the time they grew up in. So women, they would call them strong women in our family. They were like gunslinging women. Like I'm like, why?
Hey,
So
I like it.
okay, so I'm
We
just
gotta have
learning.
them gunslinging grannies.
Right. That's what I'm like, okay. But they were very prissy, but they didn't take any crap. Beautiful women, very well kept, but they just didn't take any crap. So that's what I got from them so far.
Good. Isn't it like a reinforcement or even a badge of honor to know that you come from such strong women?
Yeah, they are something.
They are
Yeah.
something. Okay. Well, that is encouraging. I'm glad that you're not only looking at the names, you're looking at the stories. You're finding those similar traits that have been passed down to you. You're also identifying, I heard you say you're identifying some generational trauma from the other course, from Akwabi J's course. And so I continue to encourage you because like we said in last class, how we heal our generational trauma traditionally is through ancestral veneration, right? So as you begin to find those stories and gather those names, you'll begin to understand some components of you that you can heal and heal your bloodline, right? And heal those ancestors that are in need. So that's encouraging. Good, good. I'm glad you are really studying on that. So thank you for sharing. I want to definitely give honor to the ancestors that you have found, all the ancestors that you haven't found, and may you continue to gather the strength and gather the ability to bring them all near you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Tiffany, let's see your family tree. Let's present and let us know how far you got.
I'm not sure how to bring it up. I have it on an app on my phone and I'm talking on my phone. Come on.
Okay.
However, it's been growing and I think it said 79 members on there now. Between my mom and my dad's side. I mean, my grandma had a lot of kids, so it's a lot of people. But 79 people, and I've reached out to a lot of my family members and ask them to assist me with the work. And a lot of people are excited about this. So it's gotten a lot of us talking. I also this week gained another ancestor.
Oh,
Pretty significant one. So yeah, that's where we're
my heart
at.
goes out to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
condolences on that. Rest in power.
Thank you.
Ancestors are sometimes a very difficult subject, especially for those who are close to us. So I applaud you and encourage you to continue on your path. And I think, especially the significance of this, transition, ancestral veneration is a tool we also use to stay close to those who have passed on. So thank you for sharing at least that part. And yes, we are all sending you love and strength. And please let us know how we can help.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but I just have to say that.
No, it's okay. I didn't think it was gonna affect me in that way because I just my concept of death is a lot different now, and I thought it would be different, but this is my
Okay,
first
we're
time
we're
ever
still
talking about it. So.
yeah, we're still human. We still have those human feelings and emotions, that sadness, that longing. Even though we know about transition, we know about ancestors, we're still human. So I would say be kind to yourself, but rely on your knowledge, rely on the understanding of ancestors, right? Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So I think I'm gonna give Tiffany a little rest on this one. And what I want to express is that going through and Tiffany, whenever you get the chance, can you drop what app you're using to get that 79? Because I'm very interested as well. But I wanted to express this. I wanted to have you guys present because I wanted to have the understanding, like I said, that this is an ongoing process. So next week for the homework, we're going to actually creatively present however you want it to look like, present what you have as your family tree. So I expect that next week we have more details and that you show how your ancestors like to express themselves through you, right? And then we'll present it. I have to figure out if you have pictures or if you have screen share, how to do that. Or if you send it, or I don't know how to send it to me, and then I can present it for you while you talk. There's so many different ways, but yes, please, let's do that. And so I'll be looking forward to seeing the progress on that. Okay. So there was another piece of homework. Do you have that, Tasha, that other piece of homework? You're on mute.
Let's see, let me go back through. So this journey. Make sure I'm looking at the right one. Of course, the family tree, the journal, and the either go into nature, read, or journal or no speaking part.
Yes.
I've been going to nature. That's been my thing. My
Okay.
walk. It's been helping me a lot. I've done some light journaling, but my main thing has been the nature.
Okay. And what is your experience? What is your feedback from those 2 hours? You've done 2 hours?
Yes, I walk. I will go to the park. I took my son once, so I was like, no, the other time I went. So I have like my meditation music, and I walk. I get to feel the sun, the wind blowing, and it's relaxing. It's very relaxing for me, and it's getting me back in the habit of just getting my daily exercise. Just something as simple as walking, but it keeps me calm. It's better for my health. It's almost like I'm kind of starting to fast already because I'm not as hungry. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like, hold on, the fast hasn't even started. And I don't even eat much. I just stay hydrated, drink my water, drink my smoothies, and then I'll eat something small later in the day. But I find myself I don't even think about food because I'm so focused on let me keep moving. And it helps me deal with my stressors in life better. It keeps my mind focused, it keeps me in a better place. So yeah, I just
Very
keep
good.
walking. That's how I just keep walking.
Good, good, good. Yes, forward motion. Forward motion. Movement is important for you. And I see you paying attention to the elements, the wind, the heat, the sun. And so I will continue to put that for you, right? What day did you choose?
I did. I don't even know what today. Oh, today's Sunday. Last week because I did it so randomly. I actually did it twice last week because I did a random nighttime walk. So I
Mm-hmm.
go on Tuesday. So I think this week I went again on Thursday. It was just like I said, it was a random. I just got up and left. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go around the block. I'm just going to walk, y'all. So I do it on my Tuesdays, so once I drop my children off and everything, and then I just go walk. So,
Okay, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Very good. Okay, thank you, Tasha. Tiffany, how about you? How was your second part of the assignment? If you're talking, Tiffany, you're on mute.
I'm sorry, you said the second uh part of the assignment.
Yes, yes. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Jay, do we need some breathing exercise? Real quick. I think I can do
Um,
this. No. No, really, real quick. Let's clear the air because it's heavy. It's super heavy. Can we do this?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
nostril. Yeah.
Yeah.
my nose is a little plugged up right at
Okay,
the
no.
moment.
Okay, not the nostril. We
Okay.
do the
We could do
the
the
one
nose
where
and the mouth then.
yeah.
The extended exhale.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Inhale, 2, hold 3, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, hold 3, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, hold 3, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale, 2, hold 3, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I want you to take a big inhale in and exhale slowly and controlled. Really push out all that air. Empty yourself so you can be filled right back up. Emotions are big and they can be hard, but we do life with them. And I'm proud of you for pushing through. You're doing really great, Tiffany.
Thank you, Kwame. Thank you. Okay, so Tiffany, Tell me, what day did you choose?
I'm sorry, the day that I chose for, if you could, I'm sorry, refresh
Mhm.
my memory.
Yep, the day that you. Mhm. Oh, you're trying to find the day. Okay.
I'm sorry, I must have missed that. Oh, for the 2 hours?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, that was supposed to be one day? I was trying to do it every day.
Girl, you you
No wonder I
overachieving.
was worn out. I was like, this is so much. Oh, my bad. Oh,
All right, so you did it every day. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so how was it for you? How, if you could share with the group, I know we talked a little bit, but if you could share with the group how your experience was, what your takeaways were.
um, yeah. It was really needed. Um, and like I said, I strived for 2 hours every day. Didn't always measure up to two. But at least like being intentional, set the time, even if it was 30, 45 minutes. Like we talked about, I would sit there and devote that time to, writing, journaling out what was coming to me. Sorry, what was coming to me. And yeah.
Okay, okay. Good, good. Well, you went over and beyond, which was like Aquavi said, probably exactly what you needed this week. Sorry, do you hear that plane?
No worries. And you guys can hear my little one. Um,
Okay, so that's probably, yes, what you needed. And I'm glad you were able to get some journaling, some thoughts, some emotions out. And so that's good. For next week, pick
mhm.
one day that you will do, okay? And pick
Okay.
out those 2 hours. Now, I'm not saying if you want to do it every day, that's fine. But I just want to know about one day and how your experience was, what you chose to do, and what you got out of it.
Okay.
Tasha, really quick, and thank you for sharing, Tiffany. I know that was difficult, and I know you're going through a tough time. And I would just want to encourage you to think, if you could think about your ancestors as a collective to give you strength during this time. These are the exact times where you call out, those ancestors' names that like like Tasha says, you had some, a likeness to, or you can see some qualities in yourself. You can draw on those, strong women in your bloodline that you have those names. Do that to help you during this time as well, right? Um, Okay, so yeah, so this will be the end of my portion. So just for me to recap for next week, I want a presentation on your family tree. I want more progress than we were today, and I want to see your presentation and how you choose to present. Secondly, for your next week, choose the day that you're going to take those 2 hours. And when you come back, I want to see the times that you took and the days, right? And I want to see, how we start to, as we move forward, develop a rhythm, which your natural rhythm is. Okay. All right. Well, be well, ladies. It was so good to see you, so good to talk to you. I hope that you continue on this path and that we're able to walk together. And Tiffany, again, we're a sisterhood. So if there is anything that you need, even in the Divine Feminine Podcast WhatsApp group, if you need some encouragement and some support, we are there for you. And feel free to be very vulnerable, right, in that space. Okay, thank you.
See, I knew it was going to be powerful and impactful. That was really, really, yeah, I felt the energy a lot as you guys were talking and you were sharing. My mom passed last year and her name was Deborah as well, Tasha. And throughout the workshops today, memories of her have been coming up. So I connected with the emotions that you were feeling, Tiffany. You're definitely not alone. And I'm glad that we're able to be in this space with you. So this last portion of the workshop, of course, we're going to hear from Mianu, but we know that she is in Benin right now. So we're going to make sure that her internet's all good. Hello, little one. But yeah, we're excited to hear from Mianu and see what this next session is going to bring. They've all been really powerful. Have you guys done all of the preparations? Do you have your notes on the right pages for the homework? Because we know how Miano get down. So we got accountability, which is good. Like Tiffany had said, it's necessary, you know? And then also in the WhatsApp group, Mianu had put a message asking anybody who's going to be a part of the cleanse to reply to that, to say to get added to the other chat. So make sure that you do that, okay? We're going to get that chat going. We'll definitely be having different recipes and just all the cleanse specific correspondence going in there. And we're definitely going to need it. Today, I've kind of already started to do a little bit of a fast situation. We'll see if I make it to sundown. So yeah. All right. The internet has really been interneting today. Like each session, there's been a lot of struggles. I hear Mercury still in that microwave or whatever. So things going on. Along with the recipes, definitely be sharing like positive music that you guys have as well. I have like a morning playlist that I have, but I'll definitely be sharing that because we're focusing on cleansing like all the areas of our life. And so we need to make sure that we're covering all of our bases and everything is going to be set. All right. I'm excited to hear from Mianu. I give you the floor. You're on mute, Mianu.
Aquati, let me tell you, just because these are repeat people, you need to give me a proper intro. You got to work on that when it's all repeat people. You can't just toss me the mic like we on stage together. You got to give me an intro.
Yes.
Okay. So, that's the energy I'm coming with right now. I hope you ladies is ready because we got a fast coming up. And if this group is like the other two groups, you Can't wait for this fast to start. Okay. Abla, I want you to message in the chat and let the chat know that I'm about to start. I told them 11:15, and you guys got me on here about 15 minutes early. So Abla, go into the chat and let the people from the previous group know that I'm about to come on and start teaching so they can come on. The last session went a little long and we had to end that session and log in for this one. And so I invited them to come back. Okay. We got a lot to cover and I'm feeling good. Which means that I'm very talkative today. The last group was getting a lot of teaching from me. My adepts know. So you guys are gonna get some of that. If the energy is reciprocated, okay? And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, if I can tell that you are not using this as entertainment and you are using this to change your life, then I will give you what you give me, authenticity. Okay. But if I feel like you playing and it don't mean that much to you, I'm gonna play too. Okay. So with that being said, I am going to ask you what is go over your notes from last class. Recap last class. Recap last class, last week. What do you have in your notes? Do you guys have your notebooks?
I wasn't in class last week, but I can recap what I had the week before.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, the week before, I have, of course, we're working on family tree journal. Objective to be of service to the divine. Body is the first temple, connect to nature. Going over the cleanse. Continuing to identify the hurdles, writing down what I would like to manifest during the cleanse, and just continuing with that to prepare.
Okay. All right, Tiffany.
I have last week as a continuation of the discussion on purity and that in talking about its relationship to nature's law and that there are certain rules of engagement with dealing with the unseen world and thank you and what makes one worker more no thank you what makes one worker more effective than the other is the level in which the unseen world will connect with them.
There we go.
And go get your book. And sorry. And the importance of abstinence and watching your speech. And the difference between the spiritual world and the physical world. Women have dominion over the spiritual world and men have dominion over the physical world. And
why is that important when it comes to your speech?
Because if you're not careful with your speech, you can manifest something in the spiritual world that you didn't intend to.
You might want to repeat that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because if you are not careful about, the words that come from your tongue, you might unintentionally manifest something negative that you didn't intend to.
And that's because you have what? You have power where? I gotta get closer to the Wi-Fi.
You said because we have power where in, I want to say our womb.
Different class, different teacher. That's Queen of Four.
Our tongue.
Yes, you have power in your tongue.
No,
Okay.
we're gonna, yep.
All right. Who wants to add to Tiffany's notes? Okay, Tasha, you went over yours, Tiffany. Okay, that's Harlem and Tayana from the previous class coming on. Okay. So that is the recap that you guys had. Okay, Tiffany, do you have the homework? What homework assignment do you have that I gave from last week?
Was finding 5 to 6 recipes that you can use during the fast.
Yes. Do you have your 5 to 6 recipes?
Yes, I do. They're on my they're on my computer, but I do have them. I wrote them out in recipes, instructions, and all.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm on my way after this to the health food store. The manager in the grocery aisle, she ordered me a bulk supply of the spring water that I wanted, so I don't have to worry about running out. So I'm ready.
You're prepared. That's good. That's good. Okay, what type of if you put that type of attention and care into creating your recipe and ingredient list, you must be able to recall to me some of the dishes that you're gonna have. To tell me your 5 to 6 dishes.
So we have a recipe for jackfruit.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Jackfruit is alkaline?
No, it's alkaline, right? I believe it's alkaline. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking. It was an honest question.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, it's alkaline. And I have a mushroom walnut recipe that I've made variations with. So we have a mushroom walnut meat for making tacos, which I'm not going to actually make tacos. I'm going to use it like a taco salad type of thing. And then that same mushroom walnut meat can be tweaked to make I said tacos, like a Asian inspired, like a Korean inspired taco meat for like an Asian flavor. If I care for like the Asian persuasion. And then adding it to Ermias, I'm sorry. Adding it to, okay, just one second. So we have the jackfruit, we have the mushroom walnut meat regular, and then the taco meat that I'll be using it for, and then the Korean inspired. I know you're gonna have to wait. And then I have like I know you're gonna have to wait. I'm sorry. And then I have I'm sorry. Who's having a rough time right now? But I have a curry recipe for garbanzo beans that I'll be following
Nice.
too. Mhm.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for that. Tasha, do you have recipes that are you doing the cleanse with us?
I am doing the cleanse. Ooh, am I make sure I'm not on mute? Okay, yes, I am doing the cleanse. I didn't think about the 5 recipes. As she was mentioned, I've actually done the walnut taco meat before, but I want to go more into that because I know with that to make sure everything is alkaline. I think with that I use like coconut aminos and everything and lettuce with that recipe. And then going to the soup, possibly the kale soup I would do. I may have to take some things out because I know it was kale, sweet potatoes. What was that? It was kale, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, onions, celery, kidney beans, things like that. So I'll of course go through everything that was in there to tweak because I really do like that soup. And just get my fruits together and everything. And I'll have to get more recipes. I actually saw something in the group that I wanted to revert back to. I can't remember what it was, but I wanted to get back in there. And the ladies were talking about boiling it and to use as their broth instead of typical bone broth. So I just couldn't remember exactly what it was. It almost
I
looked
think
like
it was a mushroom. Was it the mushroom that one of the sister? It was she got it from the Chinese restaurant. I mean the store or something. That's what you talking about?
it almost looked like a sea moss.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a
No,
mushroom. I could be
let
wrong.
me write that down because I saw that. I was like,
It
hold on, what?
is some.
Okay, I want to write that down. Thank
It's
you.
called snow mushroom.
Okay, that's when I write that down.
This is good. You guys have to get this down because here's the thing. If you're not prepared, you won't be successful. We're 7 days out. You guys should have a recipe list. You guys should actually have an ingredient list because you should be sourcing your ingredients this week. Okay. So if you don't have your recipes together, you're going to have to hurry up and get them together. Do you guys remember why I said it was important to only have 5 to 6 recipes? You didn't really need more than that. Does anyone remember why I said that?
They
If you're
just
just
keep it
coming on,
simple.
go ahead.
Just
Yes,
keep
keep
it
it
simple.
simple. Keep it simple. Someone add to that and give more information. I gave more than keep it simple. Add to what Tayana said and give a deeper understanding.
I believe it was because we want to give our digestive system uh, a rest to focus
Yes,
on, yeah,
to focus on healing, to
yes,
focus on rejuvenation.
to focus on healing. So we shouldn't be eating these big, extravagant meals, even if they are alkaline. We should be keeping it simple, to get the nutrition we need.
Exactly. So there's 2 ways to keep it simple. 1, you only have a couple of recipes that you use. And 2, within those recipes, you only have 1 or 2 items, right? Meaning you could have a curry or a sauce or soup, or you have a soup with a grain, or you have a soup with a veggie, right? But it doesn't have to be complex with a soup, all and the different things that we like to have it with, right? Sometimes we can really make eating complex, and this shouldn't be like that. It should be very simple. I mean, we can't eat rice and gravy, but something simple like a rice and gravy, like a curry and sauce. Simple. Now, remember I said you can have a lot of ingredients, but you want to process it down. By process it, let me be more clear, right? Because we're going to be speaking in clear concepts. You can have a lot of ingredients, but blend the sauce so that your digestive system doesn't have to do a lot of work. Imagine, treat yourself like a baby. Care for yourself like a child, right? Baby, we puree their food to make it soft on their tummy, easy to digest. Now, I'm not saying only have soups or only have pureed food. What I'm saying is keep that in mind as you're coming up with some of these recipes. The curries are great, but even the spice, your hemorrhoids, you know, some of you have hemorrhoids from that. We want spice, yes, because it helps with the lymphatic system, a little bit of heat, but you don't have to do too much. Okay. Aquavi, Jay, do you guys want to share your list?
Yeah, so I have some of the things that other people have mentioned too, like the alkaline taco meat with the walnuts and mushrooms. I like to do a chickpea tortilla with that. Vegan chili, caramelized onion, harissa chickpeas, curry chickpeas, for grains like a quinoa or cauliflower rice, pan roasted veggies, sauteed greens with mushrooms and onions in there, some pineapple and lemon water, and maybe some spaghetti squash if I need something for a sauce.
Okay. Thank you, Aquavi. Habla.
Okay, so for mine, I will do fruits in the pre-dawn period before sunup. Fruits like pineapple actually is my favorite here in Benin, so that's what I'll be looking at. Also, for teas, I'm going to be loading up on like moringa tea, green tea, lemongrass tea. All of those are native, natural, maybe green tea now, but natural to Benin, the other two. Also for the day, like sunup, sundown, I'm going to be drinking water with lemon in order to further alkaline. And then when I break my fast, I'm going to be focused on a lot of what do you call it? Like we call it pat and sauce. It's like maybe a cassava fufu, if you're familiar with fufu. And the sauce that I am going to choose is a legume sauce, which is a green vegetable sauce. And here in Benin, that is very alkalized. And then we're also going to get a treat because Naga from the temple is going to make us a legume sauce from moringa leaves. And so I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to really want to bring that into my diet for this time. Also, there's a dish with couscous here, and it's really good, but it comes with black eyed peas. So I'm still needing to do some research on whether black eyed peas is okay. Like I know red beans is okay. That's like neutral to alkaline, but black eyed peas may not be it. So I'm gonna look into that some more.
Wait a minute, are you talking about a cheque?
Yes.
I don't know if you can do a cheque. I don't think a cheque is starch. I mean, it's alkaline. I think it's a lot of starch.
The couscous. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, I will do quinoa instead.
You can do like a quinoa or fonio.
Yeah, we do have fonio here.
Okay. Fonio, quinoa. Yep. Okay, so that's the substitute. Thank you. Thank you for that correction.
This is good. All right. Let me see. My connection isn't good. Let me see. Wi-Fi server. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I might have to just take my notes over here. That's what I'll do. Okay. I'm excited to see you guys. I've been here in Benin for about maybe 2 weeks now. And this past week, okay, this past week I've been in the forest in the mountains doing a lot of work for many of you and receiving a lot of guidance from the elders of our culture. And so you might notice my energy is a little bit different. And that's just because they are really giving the guidance needed to help instruct and uplift you guys during this time. In addition to that, there's a lot of divinations and readings going forth. And I'm excited to see what ancestors have for Nazia Fa / Divine Feminine for next year. So those of you who plan on taking this journey with us, um, we have a time ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to it. This community is growing, it's building, and we're building together. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm greeting you from Benin. You will notice that my teaching style will be changing a little bit as we go into this fast because we're going into a powerful time. This is a time where you guys, it's not time for play, right? This is time for you to work on your purity. This is time for you to increase yourself, increase your spiritual strength. You need to increase your power. And I take work seriously. And so I will be teaching you guys and pushing you to think and not just entertaining you. You guys will be driving class. Okay. So just before we go over some of the new material, talking about what we're going to do when we fast, right? Before we go over that, did I give you guys my list? My 5 to 6 recipes? No? Okay. There's a couple that you guys said that I have. Salad is always a go-to for me. That's a meal. Fruit plate with a lot heavy on the pineapple. Is a mushroom extracts that I can put in my smoothie. And so now I have the best of both worlds. Okay. I like egg white omelets. So that's on my list with avocado and fruit cups. And moringa sauce, someone said that. Sauce legume, someone said that. and walnut mushroom tacos. Someone said that. Also, I have down baked sweet potatoes. That's a meal for me. So that's my go-to list. Egg white omelet with avocado, smoothies. I also have a replacement coffee with mushroom coffee, but that's if I wake up early enough or if I have it at night before I go to bed. But during the day, I won't be having any of that. It'll just be water, water with lemon, or water out of my copper container. I also have a bunch of sea moss and vitamins. That is this sea moss here? No, this is frankincense. Okay. I also have vitamins and supplements I'm going to be taking as well. In addition, I'm going to be exercising and yeah, exercising and journaling me and whoever's in Africa with me. Or even if I'm not in Africa and I go back to the States, whoever's with me. Okay. So that's my list. Okay. Does everyone have their journals? Let me see your journals. Let me see your journals. Wendy, welcome. I need your screen on. We're gonna start going over the material. Did you guys show me your journals? Tiffany, Tasha, Jess, Diana. Can you guys hear me okay? Your screens are frozen.
We can hear you.
Okay, it's just my Wi-Fi. I'll just keep on going then. Okay, so we've talked about some of the things, the do's and don'ts that we're going to do during this time, right? We're going to make sure the food, the time we're not eating is far greater than the time that we are eating, right? That's why we're fasting from sunup to sundown. Okay. We're also going to make sure that we're watching our, and that when we do eat, it's alkaline, right? High vibrational foods, mosquitoes tearing me up. In addition to that, we're going to start drinking a lot of water. We're going to try to do 1 gallon a day. In addition to that, when it comes to corruption and elimination, we're going to shower twice a day. We're going to eliminate toxic music, toxic people, toxic TV shows, all the excess social scrolling, all of that. A lot of you found this workshop while on social media. That tells me you're scrolling a lot. Maybe not a lot, but you are on socials. And during this time, you need to drastically monitor that and reduce it. If you can eliminate it, go on hiatus. There's nothing wrong. Unless you're an influencer and you're making money from this thing, there's nothing wrong with putting a "will be back soon" sign up as a post. Self-care, 30 days, time out. Okay. Music. No city girls. Okay. No Sexy Red and Sukihana. You guys will not know what's going on with Blueface and Krishan for 30 days. It's It's ridiculousness. I shouldn't even know, but I have young kids. I have teenagers and everything in my life. So
Priestess, can I say the
I-
other day I saw a post saying she was changing the name to his name, and I was like, see, this is why Priestess said don't be following their story. This is why I gotta just like keep scrolling because I felt my blood pressure rising, and I was like, oh yeah, see, none of this, none of this.
Mhm. Just foolishness. And they'll supply enough of it, y'all. Right? But we're protecting our energy during this time. Okay. How many of you guys have your Divine Mother soap in your spiritual bath? Hold on one second. I don't hear nobody. I want to hear y'all talk about it. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Ooh. All right. Still crickets. Y'all know y'all can't bluff me because I get the notifications when you order on the website.
This is the first I'm hearing about.
I have not gotten.
Okay. I'll take that because we've had so many sessions. I'll take that.
I may have missed it in the other one.
No, it's okay. That's why we're covering all the bases now. So we are going to start the cleanse with a spiritual bath, purification bath. Okay. Throughout the 30 days, we're using the Divine Mothers. These are speed and increasing your purity during this time and your connection, your clairvoyance. This ain't gonna clean out your lungs from smoking, right? But it will help you connect clairvoyantly. Okay. This isn't gonna help your kidneys, but it will help remove spiritual bad luck and help remove negativity that you've accumulated over the course of whenever your last spiritual bath was. Most of you met me at an event where I was doing spiritual baths. Okay. For those of you who didn't and you haven't had a spiritual bath yet, you need one. You should be doing a spiritual bath, honestly.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Hold on, Wendy, she's coming back on.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to find a place in the house where I can get some good Wi-Fi. Okay. So, for those of you who have been working with me for a while, how often should you be taking spiritual baths?
At least once a month after your moon.
Yes, at least once a month after your moon. Meaning after your period, your time with the Divine Mother, you should be taking a spiritual bath to neutralize the energies. Okay. You guys aren't on that level yet. I will get you there. Purification. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So we are going to start this 30-day cleanse for the month of October. October has 31 days, though, right? Doesn't it? So we're going to do this 31 days. It's 31 days. Let me be clear, because some of y'all on Halloween, y'all going to be having candy. It is the whole month of October. I like to laugh. I don't like to choose anger. I like to choose humor or sarcasm or shame or or happiness or something over laughter, over anger. So you guys will be laughing a lot with me. Okay,
Priestess Hanera, I have a question.
come on.
I went to the website to look at the spiritual bath. Now, do you recommend getting the spiritual kit? And is that going to be enough for the 1 month cleanse, or should we grab 2 of those?
Okay. The kit, the spiritual bath, we're gonna take that. The kit goes together. It's one-time use. Okay. So you can use that in the beginning of the month. We should be doing that Saturday. If not Saturday, for you're busy, things are going on, then Friday. But ideally, we should be doing our spiritual bath on Saturday. Okay. Before the sun goes down. Now,
So is that
if you're
only for
menstruating,
spiritual bath?
you can get a second one for after your moon cycle. Okay. For those of you who want to fall in line and do things exactly the way I would prescribe, then buy 2. One to start with, and then one when you have your moon cycle, for after your moon cycle. Okay. But the requirement I'm just doing is the one. Right. But for those who, because the free shipping and tax, that's just to the end of this month. So if you get the one, and then in a couple weeks, we've started the fast, you have your moon cycle, and you're like, I want another bath. You're going to have to pay tax and you're going to have to pay shipping. So if you feel like you just need to get 2 now, then get 2 sets right now. Okay, but if money is tight and it's between the spiritual bath and the kids' lunch, get them babies something to eat. Okay.
I have a question. So is it another soap, the divine feminine soap? That's the spiritual soap,
Divine
right?
Mother.
A divine mother. Okay.
These are
So,
2 different products. These are 2 different
oh,
products.
okay. I gotta get that one then.
One is a tea. It's a bath. Okay. And one is an actual soap. And the base of the soap is black soap.
Okay.
That's different than the tea. That's different than the spiritual bath.
Okay. I'm glad I asked that because I was thinking both of them the same. But I might have to
Yeah.
get the other one. I have the soap. I
Yeah.
have 2 of the soup, the soaps. I just need to get the tea.
Right. Yeah. And for the highest, my job is to give you the best case scenario to get the highest results. For the best results, you need to couple that with not any powder and perfume, but the divinity powder and the divinity perfume. These are deities, ancient deities from West Africa. There are certain smells and fragrances that our ancestors have been using for these divinities to invoke them and to attract them for a really long time. And we think, you know, that Chanel #5 is going to do it. No. Okay. Now, granted, powder and perfume is necessary. If you, for some reason, can't get the powder and perfume that comes with it, yes, use what you have. However, if you're able to do it, it's better to do it the way I prescribe it for the best results. Again, I said this in the last session. You will get out of this cleanse what you put in, the struggle that you put in, the energy that you put in, the sacrifice, and making sure you have the right products, the right meal prep, the right, just every small intentional thing that you do, that likewise will be the benefit that you get. Okay. So the spiritual bath, you guys need to have white. Someone was telling me they didn't have white before. What I shared was I wrapped up in a bed sheet. You just have a designated outfit for your purity time. Okay. We're showering twice a day. We're eliminating the corrupt music. We're watching what we say. Right? And we're not having sex. You guys know semen is acidic? You
Yes.
should not be taking a lot of it. Yes, it's acidic. Okay. What else is acidic? Cigarettes, smoke, vaping. What else is acidic? Caffeine, meat, dairy, white starches, like rice, pasta, bread. So we're not eating more than we are eating. And when we do eat, we're eating often. We're taking a gallon of water a day. We're showering twice a day. We're wearing white as much as possible. If we can't wear white, then we're not gonna wear black or red. Okay. Okay. That's about the best. That's about all for that. Now the new material. You guys have your notebooks? Everybody have your notebooks? You guys ready? When it comes to the fast, there's some spiritual things that we're going to do. And some of this stuff I will give you as we go through the month. But this is just to start. Okay. We are going to take advantage of our superpower and use our superpower during this time when we're pure. And what is our superpower?
Our tongue, our mouth.
Yes, our tongue, our mouth. Our mouth is our muscle. Our mouth is our muscle. Okay? The same way you don't want him putting his hands on you, You don't need to whip him with your tongue. He can destroy you with his fist, and you can destroy him with your tongue. You need to know the power that you have with your mouth. Just naturally, because you're a woman. Now we're going to exercise that, meaning that we're going to use our power twice a day while we are on the fast. So while we're working on our purity, we're going to test it. How else do you know you're getting strong unless you put weight on? How do you know your powers and your clairvoyance is increasing unless you work your spiritual gifts? I will show you how to do that. Okay. So twice a day. Yep, no black, no red. All right. Now, there's 2 times a day that are favorable. Can anyone guess what those 2 types of times of day are, and why?
Possible morning and night before sun up and sundown.
Okay. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but explain why you feel or think that those are the most favorable times to use your power.
I think starting the day before the sun comes up prepares you for the day ahead, and as you go through that day with doing everything you need to do with the purity and everything, it prepares you for that. And then when you end your day after sundown, it's like a reflection to that day and speaking on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone else?
I was just gonna add what I learned today from you was before you break your fast and when you first wake up, and the waking up was because you just left from the spiritual realm, so that's why the first waking up.
Okay. And when you said right before you break your fast, why is that important or a favorable training?
Because you don't have nothing on your stomach. You pretty much pure then, because when you eat and got stuff on your stomach, you're not pure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, if we take that train of thought, this is to everybody in the class. If we take that train of thought and we walk down that path a little further, right? If you're pure when your stomach is empty, then when might be the best time or most favorable to the gods time to use your power? Think about this. You guys know I'm a mommy priestess. You guys know the name of the podcast is the Divine Feminine Podcast. Think about the feminine principles. When is, if we take that train of thought, when when would be a highly favorable time? Another highly favorable time.
Well, I was thinking about that when you were talking about this in the previous session, and I would say that part where your first bath, when you use the purification soap and you're talking and praying at the same time.
No, that's good, right? Because that's part of, that's part of the first thought, which was you're just now leaving the ancestral realm with sleep, and now you're coming to do a spiritual activity. And so when you do that, just so you guys know, I teach you when you wake up, you don't speak to anyone, you don't communicate in any way to anyone else, and you go straight to the bathroom and you do your spiritual activity, which would be use the Divine Mother soap in this case. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Strong and weak, those are opposites, right?
Sorry, what was
Could
the
you?
question?
Yeah.
Strong and weak.
Strong and weak are opposites, yes.
Okay. Which one is feminine and which one is masculine?
That's a good question.
According to
Oh.
nature's principles.
Masculine is supposed to be strong and nature-wise.
Okay. And if we use that methodology, then the opposite would be true, right? So feminine would be weak.
Mm.
Do you
I don't
guys?
But
Either I was
Right.
gonna say the opposite, but I don't know. Like if we talking about physically, then yeah, the men. I don't know. That's. But I was gonna say for feminine, I would say we the strong ones or whatever. Yeah,
I would say that, but
I get what you're saying too.
you
Yeah, it's
know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
trick. Yeah.
I would
I
say
mean, even physically, women are stronger than men if you think about it, because
That is true
you know,
too.
we can give birth and they can't take a hangnail. So
We can endure more pain
yes, and
and
that is,
suffering.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a different type of strength.
I would say
yes.
in this earthly realm, men are physically stronger. Spiritually, some men are weaker, and of course, physically, some women are weaker. So I would say on both sides for that, spiritually and the earthly realm.
Let me give you guys some clarity. And this is based on nature's principles. And I'm telling you guys this because I don't want you to fall into the Western trap, right? Right now, Western society says if you feel a way, then you can have it that way, right? If you feel like you want to identify as whatever, you can pick what you want to identify as. There's people now trans financial, right? They're identifying as rich. It's the truth. You know, y'all thought I was gonna go into the LGBT. I'm not. What it's gone so far past that. Yeah, they are trans financial and serious. You are profiling them if you call them anything but, right? This is how far we've gone as a society. And at some point, we need to have a marker of what's real and what's not, because we're just creating based on no principle, which means there's no root, which means it can't be sustained. Like our dollar not backed by gold. At some point, it can't be sustained. Ouch. Okay? That's a different conversation for a different day. I'll start that. We'll parking lot that, as what y'all call it in corporate America, a parking lot. People parking lot that. Okay. According to nature's principle, the laws of this universe, there's opposite duality. If you guys have not read the Kabbalion or the Alchemist, either of those books, you need to read them. If not one, read them both.
Could you repeat I know the Alchemist. Could you repeat the first one? Sorry.
Jail put it in the note.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys need to read these books. These principles is what the universe is based on. It doesn't matter the religion. It doesn't matter the faith. It doesn't matter the belief system. These are principles, forces of nature. Principles are truth. These are truths that can't be disproven. Okay. And so when I ask you about the masculine and the feminine, we like to attach emotions to it because we are women, we are feminine, we are female. But we have to also know that outside of us, femininity or the divine feminine is an energy that has certain characteristics. Masculinity is an energy that has certain characteristics. Okay. Now, I will tell you that as you study more with me, you will find out that within your first temple, you carry many voodoo, and each of the voodoo has a gender. So you will find out as I take you on this journey to find out who you are, you will find out the different names of all the different energies that are with you. And some of them are masculine and some of them are feminine. So like you said, Tasha, there are some men out there that are soft and feminine. And there are some women out there that are very aggressive and masculine, just in their outlook, the way they look at life, the way they present themselves, their mannerisms. You'll be like, that is a woman in a man's body. We see that a lot in the States, right? And they out here in the States, they've gone as far as to have surgery to make sure that the body changes its sexual assignment, right? But in voodoo, we just know that each of us inside have different energies, deities that are within us, and some of them are masculine, some of them are feminine. And as you learn more about who you are, you learn what the deity is like according to their principle, and you learn how to serve them. And then you learn how to understand yourself. What that doesn't do, and I don't want to get too far off topic, but I'm going to touch on it since we're here, that does not release you of your human responsibility to bring forth ancestors. Right? That's a different topic for a different day. But That doesn't release you from bringing forth ancestors. Okay. So when we say, and I'm going to get back to my original point, which was you guys figuring out when is the best, another best time for you to um, pray. Okay. If the masculine is strong and the feminine is weak, if we're going deeper into the feminine energy, which is in the spirit world, then when should we use our power? When we feel the strongest or when we feel the weakest? If you're using my logic, not your logic.
Strongest.
I was gonna say same
Explain.
thing as the strongest.
I
All
would
right.
say for like meditation, your dream
So
state when you're
you can't pray when you're in the dream state. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the two ladies. Because you sleep. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the two ladies that said you should pray when you feel the strongest. So I want to bring it home to reality. We're fasting. Tayana, you said it earlier, and it sounds like you're going against what you said. Earlier, you said you don't want to pray on a full stomach because you have food in you. And if you have food in your stomach, then you're not the purest anymore. Didn't you say that, Tayana?
I did.
Okay. So, but also when you have food in you, food is power, it's energy. So you would feel stronger than when your stomach is empty,
Um,
right?
okay, I see.
So
I understand now.
so which one do you choose? Which one
Well,
is better?
the examples that you gave, I weak when I'm weak because you were saying the food make me strong. So while that time period when I'm doing my fast, then that would be the best time. No?
Yes.
Oh,
And this is
okay.
why I said I'm pushing you guys' brain,
Yeah.
not only when you're doing your fast, but when you feel the weakest.
Okay.
But
I get it now.
my thing is, I didn't realize that you meant in relation to food. To me, being strong didn't have anything to do with after you ate.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just talking about like physical nature,
about-
just practice. I'm not being super spiritual right now. Yep.
Oh,
I'm just in the natural.
okay.
Yep. So the time that you guys are feeling the weakest, when your cravings are getting to you, when you're agitated because your stomach is growling, when you don't have any water and you feel dehydrated, when you feel the most vulnerable, when you feel the weakest, when your mind starts to wander and drift because you're past the level of hunger that you should be. I want you to start your words of positivity and power. I want you to start speaking what you're grateful for. I want you to pray for those problems in your life. Because that's when you're at your purest, believe it or not. What I'm giving you is a key to your superpower. And I'll know who uses this key. It'll be evident to all of us at the end of 30 days. Is it going to be work? Yep. Was that a comment or a question?
A comment. Like when we're feeling our emptiest and our lowest, like that's when spirit has the most space to like be, because we're not full of ourselves and like our ideas.
That's another way to think of it. That was very Pentecostal of you. That's okay. Sometimes we need that, right? Sometimes we think that we throw the baby out with the bathwater. Not everything in religion is bad. The way they used it against us was the worst part. Okay. There's some truth. There's some truth in it. Okay. So you guys have that down. During the fast, we are going to pray twice a day. You can choose when those 2 times a day are, but you have just been given a couple times that are the most powerful. If you really, and here's the thing, this is nothing you can compare to someone else. This is not a competition. If it is a competition, it's with yourself. Okay. How am I compared to me? How did I do today compared to yesterday? Am I stronger? Am I better at adhering to the fast today than I did on day 1? It's so when you guys talk to each other as sisters, I have to tell you this because I don't like to see sisters competing. It's not who she thinks she is. She always bragging about what she didn't happen now. She done manifested this and manifested that. This ain't okay. Because you guys should be sharing. And if there's someone who has something or is able to do something that you like, the first thing you should do is say, how did you do that? What was challenging for you? You should learn from them. I like it when you said this, and I've been struggling with that too. That's the mindset you should take. Because it's not a competition against each other. It is a competition with yourself against your past self. Your past self and your future self. Because no one has the deity set you have. No one has the birth date you have. Nobody has the mission and destiny you have. Nobody has the plan. None of that. Everything about you is unique. Your gifts, your abilities, your place within existence, that is unique to you. Okay. So you need to be praying twice a day. Let me get my notes. The other thing, I'm gonna get my notes. I'm gonna walk off camera, but you guys can hear me. The other thing you guys should be doing is making sure that when you do break fast, whether that's at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock for intermittent, or sunset 7 o'clock for sun up to sundown, whenever you do break fast, make sure that you're focused on maintaining um, that relationship with yourself as you're eating. Meaning, make sure you chew your food. Make sure you sit down. You're not distracted while you're eating. You shouldn't be on the phone and eating, reading a newspaper and eating, driving and eating, watching TV and eating, having a conversation and eating. No, you should just be eating. And spend that time with yourself. Chew your food all the way down. I challenge you to do that. It seems real minor. What do you mean? I'll chew my food, do you? Or do you chew, swallow? Eating is the first layer of digestion. Now, we already said we're going to try to have soups and smoothies and things with, even though they have a lot of ingredients, they're blended down, right? But in the event that you do have some solids, something isn't pureed, make sure you chew it to a puree. Your saliva is there to break food down. Your teeth are there to break food down. Use them. That helps your digestive system. And it will help you slow down and be mindful of what you're doing. Okay. The other thing you need to do is eat until you're satisfied. Eat until you're satisfied, not until you're full. You guys know the difference between satisfied and full? You guys forgive me, it's getting late here. 12:15. Satisfied and full.
I think I do, but if you wanted to give a definition of it, I'm open to it.
Yeah. No formal definition, but I would just say you're not hungry anymore. When you're full, you feel heavy. You can't eat another bite. You can feel the food inside you. Versus eating till you're satisfied means now there's some food inside. It's not empty. I didn't put a number on it, but if you want to say 80%, I would say 50 at the most, because you can always eat again, right? And in the Sundays, you could snack. Your stomach will start to shrink. A lot of us, our portion sizes are too big, and we're feeding ourselves way too much. It's affecting our purity. Okay. All right. We went over the meal plan. There is a homework assignment I gave you guys. I'm going to give it again, just so everyone can have it, and we'll go over it next week. And that is, you guys need to list the things that you want to manifest. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Okay. We went over some of the challenges. If you didn't get to talk about your challenges, then you could talk about that. But I mainly want to focus on the things you want to manifest. Next week when we meet, it'll be day 1 of the fast. Okay. And we're going to talk in the morning of the fast. For me, it'll be the end of the day, but for you, it'll be the morning. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. That's important. We need to support each other. Are you guys excited about the power that we're going to be tapping into and accessing? You guys remember I
Yes.
said it's going to be awesome. Remember I said you guys are going to be praying for each other. And so the things that you want to manifest, your sister's going to pray for you for that. On her empty stomach, when she is at her weakest, she's going to cry out for you. With her 2,000 and something womb carrying ancestor female. Times 30. Man, y'all ain't ready. Okay. So I hope to see, y'all ain't ready. Yeah, I hope to see you give Jay a bunch of work. He's the only one at the temple these days, so when y'all place the order, he's gonna have to ship it out to you. Make a run for it this week. She needs to be shipping you guys spiritual baths. She needs to be shipping you guys water bottles if you need it. Tayana, you got your water bottle?
I did. Thank you. Thank you, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Journals if you need one. We have a full moon coming up this week. We have a lot. But you guys need to start getting ready and prepare for that. Definitely, you need to order your spiritual bath and your soap now so it can get to you by Friday or Saturday. Okay. That's something, if you're able to do it, that's something you need to do tonight so we can get it shipped to you. If you want to do it, but for some reason you can't do it at the moment, you guys need to send me a direct message and we can work something out. I don't know how much it is on the website. It's already been severely reduced because I told them to keep the price the same as it was for the festival. Because this was originally started out as giving you guys the workshops that you didn't make or you weren't able to receive at the Houston Festive. That's what this originally kind of was. And then it just kind of spiraled into where it is today, which I'm grateful for. All right. I have a little bit more, but we'll save it for next week. I'm getting tired. My energy is low. It's almost 1 o'clock here. 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get up at 6 and get the Sankofa kids ready for school. So this week we'll be talking in the chat. For those of us who are cleansing, we should be encouraging each other in the chat, sharing our grocery list, recipes in the chat, all of those things. Okay, you guys have questions for me?
With being on your moon during the fast, do you have recommendations for like added strength?
I would say do alkaline.
Okay.
Yeah. I normally don't let women who are on their moon cycle or breastfeeding fast, like go without eating.
Mm.
Okay. Um, so I would say for the couple of days that you are on your moon cycle, just go alkaline.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Good question. We need
Yeah,
to
I
put
think
that in the chat.
I just have a question
Yes.
for you said Friday and Saturday, either Friday or Saturday would be the best days to do the spiritual bath, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I think you mentioned the tea. What day do I do that? That same day, either on that Friday or Saturday?
That is the bath. The bath is
Okay,
the
so
tea.
that's all it. Okay.
Hmm. It's the soap that you would use that Sunday.
Okay, the soap. Okay. Thank you.
Hmm.
I have one quick question before you go.
Of course.
The spiritual bath, I see 2 different ones. Does it matter which one I order?
Is one the kit and one what are the different ones? Is one the
Oh,
annual bath and one the purification? What does it say?
yes, yes.
Do the
Purification
purification.
and under it annual.
Do the purification. Not the
Oh,
annual, do the purification.
okay. Thank you. Okay.
Ladies, it's gonna get good. I want you guys to write down about your dreams. I want you guys to tell us about those relationships that are repaired. I want you guys to tell me about the different coincidences that happen in your favor. I want you guys to just share, because it might seem minor to you, but you don't know which one of your sisters was praying for you. You came to them in a dream and she was just talking to her ancestors about you, and you don't know how that could just confirm her in her walk to hear you say how good your day was or the things that are happening with you, because that's helping her to listen to her gifts. Okay, so you guys are going to need to share during this time. All right. All right. I will see you guys in WhatsApp.
All right.
If you guys have questions, you guys need to reach out to me or anyone in the team. Okay. I'm with the mess. Tasha, when I exit out of here, I won't be able to, I don't know how to get back to your message. Can you cut and paste that and send it to me on WhatsApp?
Yes.
All right, my darlings.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. I'm looking forward to Sunday. If you need meal prep, if you need any type of help to get yourself ready, let me know. I'm here to make sure that you're off to a good start, okay? But you
Thank
have to do
you.
the work. You're welcome.
Thank you. Rest well. Good night.
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
Give them Sam Kofa babies, my love. Will do.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
I got